G'day guys, MFWest here, and today we have about 3 games of 3v3 commentary that I'm going to commentate for you guys and just discuss. So I haven't really posted 3v3 games in a very long time, and that's something that I want to keep uploading to this channel and providing you guys with. The biggest problem for me is finding players that I can consistently play with in 3v3. 2v2 is easy, just one person, but for some reason 3 people is difficult to manage, I guess. And the time zones. So most of the people that I play with are US. I'm trying to find more Aussies, but you know, there's not that many of us out there. So with that being said, I have 3 games for you guys, and the main focus of the games will be my positioning and using death grip to get kills, using death grip to set up kills. And I think a lot of you a lot of people in general actually overlook death grip as a tool to do that. Like gripping people into laws and using stuns and rings is amazing, and it can land you kills at all levels of arena. So in terms of my gear, this is the gear that I'm using for PvP in general. For the clips you're going to see now, it won't be this good because these clips are from like a month, or not a month, about a week and a half ago, sorry. So yeah, these are like my, I recommend, if you can, for 3v3 to run like triple hell chains if you do have it, and at least 1 magistrate because of the slow that permeates through freedoms and whatnot. Festamite and hell chains, those are the ones you want to have. If you have battlefield focus, it's good as well, but I think Festamite is better than focus in arena. But hell chains is just very strong right now, and an additional thing that it does is that it stops drinks. So very, very good to stop healers. Pumps, it actually pumps in arena, and it's really good at stopping drinks. I got a 410, a 410 Maledict and a 405 Razan's Gleaming Eye. I do use my 400 item level Getty Iku in PvP because I think it's really strong. If I had a higher item level Haste Verse weapon, I would use that instead. But the bleed effect from this weapon can pop off, so really good. Haste Verse gear is all you want in arena, guys. I think you guys all know this, so that's very important. And yeah, haste and chance on my rings. In terms of talents, again, changes every game that you're playing. For the first game, you're going to see us played against the Fire Mage, Shadow Priest, Wrestler Druid. I decided to not take AMZ because I am so confident in my ability to stop G-Pies. And you're going to see this mage gets like 1 off the whole game. And for those of you that are also wondering, for these games we were not in voice comms, it was a complete YOLO. The games are around 2k MMR. I will mention that later on, but just wanted to mention it now. So for the Fire Mage, Shadow Priest, I take Spell Eater. You can take Epidemic to stop drinks. A lot of people in the professional play are using Unholy Blight or Bursting Swords against some melee matchups, so that the Virulent Plague, if you don't take Ebon Fever, Virulent Plague is like a 30-second dot, and that's very valuable, forcing healers to actually dispel it before they can drink. Okay, so that's really great. And if they do manage to dispel your Virulent Plague before a drink, that's a window for you to get a Maledict off. So things like that, small things like that professional players are doing in the cups, and you can take Epidemic to stop them from drinking with Virulent Plague on them, okay? But for these games, I'm mostly going to be running Necrotic Aura, and Raise Abomination. So I am playing with the Havoc Demon Hunter, so Necro Aura is actually pretty valuable for us. But if I need to against like strong Wizard Cleaves, I will opt into taking Anti-Magic Zone. And against some teams as well, I might also take Raise Abomination away and use Dark Sim, okay? Dark Sim is very, very strong, but I might make a separate video on how to actually use it very well. But for the most part, this is pretty much the setup I use. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get straight into the videos. Okay, so we're playing against Fire Mage, Wrestler Druid, and Shadow Priest, and the team that I'm playing with is Heroic Cleave. We're not on comm, so it is kind of a bit of a YOLO, and it is around 2k MMR, so nothing too crazy, but I just wanted to show you guys these games. I'm mostly going to be sitting on the Fire Mage and just stopping him, basically stopping him from getting G-Pies off, because that's a lot of their damage. Get an early Thorns here, see if the DH purges it. Doesn't, I think it seems, but yeah, if we can stop him from getting a lot of his damage out, then we're okay. And we're going to make a few swaps onto the rest of the Druid, but for the most part we're going to work towards staying close to pillars and stopping this Fire Mage. Now, as an Unholy Death Knight, you have so many ways to stop this mage from getting G-Pies off. You've got Pet Kick, Grip, Pet Stun, Mind Freeze, Asphyxiate, okay? The DH has his range kick and stun available as well, so that's really good. And I believe our Demon Hunter will be making some swaps to the Druid to get his mana off with mana riffs and whatnot. But yeah, We do make some mistakes that you see that because we're not on comms, but for the most part it's okay. And to be honest, like from the get-go, we have so much pressure. Like our damage, stopping a fire mage from not being able to get G-Pies off limits his damage a lot. And the Shadow Priest can't really just peel that well. The Shadow Priest is free most of the game, but he can't peel very well for the mage. Like here we're getting like a lot of cooldowns and we're doing a lot of damage, which is great. I grip the druid in here, hopefully the DH will stun, but he doesn't. It's a bit hard without comms. But yeah, we're pumping this mage here, guys, and yeah, we're just coordinating CC onto the druid whenever we can. The druid's used a large portion of his mana, mostly because of the damage. Tries to go for a G-Pie here. He's going to get sapped, and the monk was actually looking to leg sweep there, and the priest has a really good grip, a life grip onto him there, which saved the stun going off, but the monk still gets the stun off, and we're looking to push block here, which is very good. Gripping back into the DH can death sweep, and that's block. That was a very late block, but hey, that's not too bad. We swap into the Shadow Priest here for some pressure, and I think none of us have even been like below 80% HP. So this game is just like full on pedal, the accelerator pedal is down, and yeah, so this is what the druid should be doing. He should be cloning us and stopping us from connecting with the mage, but he's not, and that's just fine. Gets a ring out, and if you look on the right, the fire mage's damage is severely low. I think he's gotten 1 G-Pie off this whole game, which is fine. Maledict's coming out onto the DH, and yeah, just stopping this mage from doing anything and everything is how we're going to beat this comp. So the Shadow Priest is doing some decent cleave damage as well. I decide to AMS here, and yeah, we're pretty much looking to get the kill soonish, believe. The game goes a bit longer than usual, but I think it's fine. We're going to go through Thorns here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but the druid, the good thing is we're keeping the druid in range of both the DH and me. I pet kick that cast there and he gets sapped, which is amazing. I have Mind Freeze coming out of it. There goes his Cauterize, and he's in big shit here. So the druid made a huge mistake staying in melee range of the DH and myself to allow me to get a pet kick and a sap onto him. He shouldn't even be in range of us, this rest of the druid. So it's a huge mistake from the druid there, and that cost the mage his Cauterize. So really looking good here. Druid's almost so is our monk, but I think we have the advantage here, and we should be closing out this game very soon. Shackles Maya Bomb. I think that's the first shackle I've seen this priest do. Should be shackling a lot earlier than that. I get a full stun onto the druid, and I'm pretty sure we can sap out. I'm not sure if the monk or DH will. I grip him behind Loz, which is really great, and the DH follows it up with a stun. We get a shitload of pressure out here, and we get the grip, the blink, which is really great. Remember, you can use your grip offensively. They get a lot of pressure here. The Shadow Priest is starting to really hurt and dampening, and I get dangerously low here. But I do have AMS, which enables us to stay on the front foot. And yeah, we're just looking to finish this mage off here. The druid's almost sitting a full leg sweep. Grip that back, and it's just small things like the DH using his dash to go to the spot where the mage is when I can grip it. Things that you could fix with on voice comms. But yeah, this mage is doing like negative damage and pressure. It's just a Shadow Priest, and I get a full stun on him here. He's taking a lot of damage, and I got stun. Yeah, the DR's on the druid's finishing, and that's pretty much going to be almost game. You get life swap from the priest here onto the mage, but it doesn't matter. Like, this druid's got nothing left except thorns. There we go. I think it falls off, or the DH dispels it, and it's almost... I actually get a really nice pet kick on that last regrowth there, and that's the game. Next one, we're playing against Beastmaster and Windwalker Monk. So for the most of the game, I actually would like to call to go on the Windwalker Monk here. The Hunter's also a good option because they're pretty immobile for us to hit and keep chains the whole time. So we try to aim to hit the Hunter, but we actually end up swapping onto the Monk at the end because he just doesn't respect our damage. Huge damage coming out here. He roses himself, and that's just not enough, and he has to actually trade Deterrence for Cocoon, which is fine. That was Touch of Death on me as well, so big damage from the Monk. Hunter hasn't had much, couldn't really do anything. So again, important thing for here is keeping this druid in line and in range of us. Hunter's really losing this druid really hardcore, and I'm going to get a kick there. So this is the thing we're going to do. Keep this druid in range of you and the Demon Hunter so you can rotate kicks. I think he just got that Nourish up onto him. But yeah, for the most part, we can cleave both DPS down, and we can make a target swap at any point's notice. Problem is, not on comms, so it won't be as smooth, but the Monk's getting dangerously low here. I stun that heal, and he's setting a full stun. Hopefully he can get sapped out. And the Hunter is getting so low there and almost dies. That's really depressing. We are not going to get the kill here, I believe. And yeah, so the game has just been eternally in our favor, and this monk's doing a good job of trying to like kite and slow us and root us and stuff, but yeah. So the druids again staying in range of us, so I'm trying to grip the monk into Loz because I've got Karma on me, but that's fine. It's going to wear off in about 5 seconds, so it's okay. And this is where we decide to just, well, I decided anyway to just hit this monk because he's just in range of me, and yeah, it's just a very easy target to hit. So the druid's going to be casting regrowths, already half mana by the way, so is our monk pretty much, and I get my bomb and asphyxiate out here onto the hunter. So just watch what happens here. So we're on the hunter here, he probably has the turrets back in a second. Druid is out of range, which is well played on his part. We shouldn't even be near him. I think he's going to looking to be CCing our monk. I get a fat cocoon here, which is really good. And here, both the monk and hunter are very low, so we can pretty much make a swap to anyone. I get a huge pet kick onto the rest of the druid, and now I want to kind of push myself towards the druid so I can get some mind freeze off on him. But yeah, monk's going to get very low here. Druid's struggling to keep them both up. And yeah, just going to make a swap to the monk here. I know his karma's down for another 25 seconds, so we can make the swap. Good darkness from him. I try to grip the monk back into darkness, and he gets a decent ring of peace out. But get a full stun onto the druid, and we're looking to swap here. I can't remember the exact point when we swap, but yeah, both DPS are always constantly low. We're doing a lot of damage, and damage is just so important. So both healers almost here, and we're just going to swap onto the monk here, and he's got nothing. So that's, oh sorry, he has karma, sorry, he just karma's at the lowest amount of HP. When that karma falls off in 2 seconds, I think we just swap and kill him. So pretty easy game. The hunter really did not do much. I didn't see any traps from him because he was constantly being kited. That's the difference between good hunters, to be honest. Being able to actually still get CC chains off whilst being trained. That's a huge difference. Monk decides to swap off and tries to put some CC onto our healer, which is fine, and here we just pump this monk here. Druid's in melee range, which is amazing. I decided to IBF there, and this is just looking really good for us here. As long as the druid stays in range, I can make his life a living hell. Grip him back in so I can kick his next heal, and monk's gonna go down here, right here, yep. So this is perfect scenario for us, and that's GG. Alright, so this game I'm playing against Holy Paladin and a Destrolock and Assassination Rogue. So this is the last game I got to show you guys. I will be recording more, don't worry. But I do a huge play at the end here, which I want you guys to see. So again, we're on the Destrolock the entire game pretty much, making a few swaps and cleaves onto the Rogue to get cooldowns like Evasion and Cloak, and we can almost always swap to Rogue whenever we need to. So grip him behind Loz here and stun him, and the Paladin can't reach him, and that's going to be sack. So just using grip there effectively got sack, actually got a sack, which is amazing. So yeah, unfortunately our monk eats repentance. I wasn't able to stop that, but that's okay. And we're getting great pressure onto everything here. So they've recovered. They've used, the Warlock's used basically his main defensive cooldown on the wall, I believe, and we've got sack. So we're already ahead of this game. DH uses darkness there from the Rogue's Vendetta go, which is respectable, I guess, but not the best. So again, we're back onto the Warlock. Basically, kind of the same vibes that we're going for here as the first game against the Fire Mage. And yeah, we're just going to make this guy's life a living hell, and we're going to make sure that he doesn't get any Chaos Bolts off. So I moved my pet out there just to try and stop a Chaos Bolt in case he coiled Chaos Bolted, which is what a lot of Warlocks actually do. Grip that heal into there, and Pally gets stunned. Short duration. And so here, just watch the positioning that I try and do on my grips up. So I'm going to try and do some grip plays here. Not exactly here. We're coming up to it now, actually. He gets a full fist upkeep onto me, which is very rude of him, I think. They get a huge Chaos Bolt onto our DH, and he lines accordingly. Now watch this. I see the Paladin's positioning, and I see this Warlock's positioning here. So I go behind the pillar, I get a grip in, my Monk does a freaking amazing Ring of Peace to push him behind Loz, and that's going to be the game. Just like that, using Death Grip got us the kill and won the game in a matter of like 45-50 seconds into the game. No dampening. So that's what we're capable of. I think you guys should just think about how to use your death grips. I think that's the main message of today's video, is just using your death grips offensively rather than just trying to get a target to you. Amazing ring of peace from the monk, considering we're not on voice. He just saw the positioning, and the paladin was on, for those of you that don't know, the paladin was on the other side of the arena sitting a full leg sweep. So it was just perfect, and to be honest, the paladin really had no stacks left for him to give, so it was pretty GG at that point. But thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this. Normally I post 2v2 commentaries, but I want to pump out more 3v3. I'm just having trouble finding partners that I can consistently play with that are on the oceanic servers, because a lot of them are US and the time zones are fucked. So yeah, stay unholy. Follow me on social media at MFWest WoW on Facebook and Twitter, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and like I said, stay unholy. Peace.